It does me. And your wife beside you. It's not just you.
That will do it.
It's the two of you together.
Good morning and welcome to Graham's 43rd celebration for Tree City, USA Arbor Day celebration. We will follow the program as written. First, we will have the invocation by our very own Reverend Dr. Derrick Thorpe Sr. Dr. Thorpe.
Again, we thank God for this wonderful occasion and this celebration time such as this, to come together and celebrate what God has done. Let us pray together as a family of believers. God, we thank you once again for this day. We thank you for this time together. God, we pray your blessings. We thank you for the early rising of the sun, but also we thank you for your guiding hand. Continue to guide us as we plant on today, as we plant as a symbol of hope, as we plant as a symbol of peace, but also a symbol of harmony. We thank God for this city. We thank God for our council, but also we thank you for this leadership. Continue to allow us to be a solid foundation, not just physically, but also as a community. Bless our hands, and the Redeemer of the Lord say amen. 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 God bless you.
Next, we have the President of the Flag and welcome remarks by our very own Mayor Jennifer Talley. Let's give her a hand of applause as she comes to us.
So if we'll say the Pledge of Allegiance, the flag behind us.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I just want to welcome you guys here today. Thank you so much for being here today. What a fitting thing to do, to plant a tree in honor of someone and to celebrate Arbor Day. Whenever we have planted, not historically, for many, many years, we've planted and dedicated trees here in Graham to people that we care about, and worked with our staff to have those people remembered. And it's so nice because family members go by, they see in the springtime the trees blooming, all summer, the foliage that the trees have, and then in the fall, the falling of the leaves. So it's just fitting to, to be able to kind of be passing by these things all throughout our community. They're all downtown, they're in all of our parks, these trees of dedication. And obviously Ray Fogleman meant a whole lot to this community, and so it's with great excitement that he gets another tree. I know there's another tree dedicated to him on Court Square at the courthouse as well, and so I just welcome everybody here again to celebrate Arbor Day. We have lots of different events and things going on. You can check out the whole list of things, the poetry competition that we'll talk about today, but a whole list of activities that our board has put together, our Parents and Tree Board's put together. So we love celebrating Arbor Day. I just want to take a moment to recognize a couple of people that are here. Our city manager, Megan Garner, assistant city manager, Aaron Holland, our staff here from the city that actually dig the holes and put all this stuff together. They take great care of all of our maintenance needs that we have here. Appreciate what Tim and his whole crew, Daniel, all you guys do. Thank you so much. We have City Councilman Bobby Chin and Joey and Bonnie, all of our council members. Then we have some other our city planner, Cameron's over there as well. Hope I didn't miss anybody. Well, our rec department, our rec director, people from our Parents Commission, ZW here is also, I think I saw some other people from the Appearance Commission as well somewhere here. Yeah, Cheryl, thank you so much for being here.
Bonnie Whitaker.
Yep, Bonnie. Even pulled some people from Mebane, our Mebane city manager, which used to be our city manager here in Graham. We appreciate you guys being here as well. But just welcome and thank you so much for what you do and to make this day possible and let you get started.
Okay.
Thank you.
Very good. Thank you, Mayor. Let's give her a hand of applause. Thank you so much. It's just a wonderful day. And now we'll just hear from the North Carolina Forest Service. Here's Smokey.
Hello everybody, my name is Gene Johnson. I'm the County Ranger for the Forest Service in Alamance County. This is Smokey Bear. On behalf of the National Arbor Day Foundation and the North Carolina Forest Service, I'm honored to recognize the City of Graham for achieving its 43rd Tree City USA Award. Graham is one of 75 cities and towns in North Carolina and one of over 3,600 in the nation to receive this recognition. The Tree City USA program is a partnership between the North Carolina Forest Service and the National Arbor Day Foundation. Awards are presented annually to cities and towns that demonstrate a commitment to making their communities more livable by planting and caring for trees. To receive this recognition, Graham must have a public tree ordinance, a tree board, and/or city department responsible for tree care and management, a community forestry program that meets annual funding requirements, and an annual Arbor Day observance and proclamation that celebrates the benefits of trees. The community forestry program in Graham thrives because of the combined dedication of the tree board members, city staff, elected officials, the business community, homeowners, and all residents who take pride in improving the quality of life in Graham through environmental stewardship. I'm proud to present the City of Graham with its 43rd Tree City USA Award.
Woo!
And now from your very own, my name is ZW Clark Baldwin. I'm the chairperson for the Appearance Tree Commission / Tree Board. And I would like to just bring to you some thoughts about our Arbor Day here in Graham, North Carolina. And as I mentioned earlier, that the City of Graham has been recognized as a Tree City USA community for decades. And today we are celebrating our 43rd year. Although some states and countries celebrate Arbor Day at different times of the year to ensure that the trees are in best environment to thrive, the national observance falls on the last Friday of April in the United States. Graham takes very seriously the opportunity to plant a tree in the honor of one of our city's never forgotten persons. This year, Graham will plant a tree to honor and commemorate our former city manager, Joseph Raymond, better known as Ray Fogleman. He began his career with the City of Graham as a meter reader. I'm sorry, I got tongue twisted. But he began his career with the City of Graham, and as he would often call it very eloquently, the best place on earth. He started his career with the City of Graham as a meter reader. He worked at the Western Electric for several years, and then he returned to Graham, and he faithfully served as the city clerk from 1976 to 1982. His loyalty and dedication to the city of Graham led to his promotion to the city manager of Graham until his retirement in 2005. Although I only met Mr. Fogleman a few times, we had in common music favorites. We parallel in song, Fools Rush In, and How Great Thou Art. His homegoing celebration was also on my wedding anniversary day. We had things in common, we didn't even know each other. People all over the world parallel life without even coming in contact with one another. Today we will plant the tree, figuratively speaking, that could be described as his presence and his position in our town. It is my belief that Ray Fogleman stood tall in our community and spread love and knowledge wherever he went. The description of this tree expected of the growth, metaphorically speaking, is that this type of tree is going to be a little leaf linden that we're planting here today. The little leaf linden has an expectancy to grow 50 to 60 feet high and 50-foot spread. The tree prefers sun to partial shade and well-drained soils. This lovely tree isn't native to the United States. It was transplanted from Europe, where it has been put to use as a shade tree since ancient times. Many consider it to be the best of all lindens. It has been widely planted in the United States, in Britain, and Ireland. They are commonly called lime trees, although they are not related to the citrus lime. The greatest species diversity is found in Asia. It's admired by all of its oval shape, and offers dense shade. Special thanks to our very own Mr. Tim Cummington, the city mayor, our town manager, and her staff, and all of us present here that helped to make this a success today. Thank you for allowing us to be in front of you at this time. Next, I'll have one of my staff. Next, I'll have the mayor to bring us the Arbor Day Proclamation.
Proclamation from the City of Graham proclaiming April 26, 2024 as Arbor Day in the City of Graham. Whereas in 1872, the Nebraska Board of Agriculture established a special day to be set aside for the planting of trees, and whereas this holiday, called Arbor Day, was first observed with the planting of more than 1 million trees, and whereas Arbor Day is now observed throughout the nation and the world, and whereas trees can be a solution to combating climate change by reducing the erosion of their precious topsoil by wind and water, cutting heating and cooling costs, moderating the temperature, cleaning the air, producing oxygen, and providing habitat for wildlife. And whereas trees are a renewable resource that gives us paper, wood for our homes, fuel for our fires, and countless other wood products, and whereas trees in our city increase property values, enhance the economic vitality of business areas, and beautify our community, now therefore I, Jennifer Talley, Mayor of the City of Graham, do now proclaim April 26, 2024 as Arbor Day in the City of Graham, and challenge all citizens to celebrate Arbor Day and support efforts to protect our trees and woodlands.
Thank you. And now we will go back to the program, and I will have Arbor Day History by our very own Cheryl Ray.
Good morning. So a little bit about Arbor Day nationally. Arbor Day started back in 1872 in Nebraska City when a journalist proposed a day to inspire Nebraskans to plant trees within their community. Today the holiday is recognized nationwide. President Richard Nixon designated the last day of April as National Arbor Day in 1970. As we just heard, certainly different states have distinguished when they're going to celebrate based on when the best tree planting season is. Alaska plants are recognized as Arbor Day in May, when Florida recognizes in January, so we can see how that spreads. Julius Sterling Morton was the journalist who soon became the editor of Nebraskan City News, the state's first newspaper. He's the one that proposed the idea of planting a tree a day on January 7th, 1872. 100 years plus later is when that day was officially recognized as a national holiday, or official Arbor Day, April 10th, 1872. That is when later that year, the first year that Julius Morton designated, later that year, they basically were offered prizes to the communities for those that planted the most trees. It is said that more than 1 million trees were planted in that first year there in Nebraska. Estimated more than 1 million. According to Arbor Day Foundation, climate change is certainly the biggest challenge that faces our planet, but more trees can pull greenhouse gases like carbon dioxide out of the atmosphere. Every tree planted is a step in the right direction. One thing to note as we wrap up the history is other holidays repose upon the past, but Arbor Day proposes for the future.
Very good. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Very good. Very well stated. And now we're going to have a fill-in for our Bernadette is not able to be with us today, but our liaison for the Appearance Tree Commission is here, and she is willing to come and do the importance of wise stewardship and contribution of trees. Bonnie, if you please come.
Good morning, and thank everybody for being here. Thank you to this lovely choir that's come. Smokey the Bear and the Ranger, thank you for being here. I want to give a shout out to Tim and Jimmy and Daniel for procuring this rare tree and planting it. And thank you to the rec department. Brandy, you're amazing as usual, all the work you do. The entire rec department, Brian, you guys are great. And if I missed anybody, I apologize. So today I stand before you to advocate for one of nature's most vital resources, trees. Trees are not just towering entities in our landscapes, they are the guardians of our planet, providing us with oxygen, shelter, and a myriad of other essential resources. In our modern world, where progress often comes at the expense of nature, as we know, unfortunately, it's crucial to emphasize the importance of stewardship for trees. Each tree represents a piece of the puzzle in the fight against climate change, offering carbon sequestration, that's a hard word, and mitigating the effects of greenhouse gases. Furthermore, trees are the backbone of biodiversity, providing habitats for countless species of flora and fauna. By safeguarding our trees, we are preserving entire ecosystems and ensuring the survival of our planet's delicate balance of life. But stewardship for trees goes beyond environmental concerns. It encompasses social and economic dimensions as well. Trees beautify our surroundings, enhance property values, and contribute to the well-being of communities by providing shade, reducing noise pollution, and fostering a sense of tranquility. Therefore, let us pledge to be stewards of the trees, to plant and nurture them, to protect and preserve them for our future generations. Let us recognize that our actions today will determine the legacy that we leave behind us, a legacy of either degradation or regeneration. Therefore, let us pledge to be stewards. Together, let's commit to a future where trees flourish, where nature thrives, and where our planet remains a beacon of life in the vast cosmos. And just a little bit of ad-libbing, I think we don't appreciate our trees enough. None of us would be here if it weren't for trees. We wouldn't wake up in the morning. We wouldn't have oxygen. Birds wouldn't have a place to live. Squirrels wouldn't have a place to live. We wouldn't have that wonderful shade in the hot North Carolina summers. I know every fall I tend to say to myself, oh, here we come. All the leaves in my yard, and I kind of fuss about it, you know, and I might even say a few choice words. But I do break out the rake and the blower, and I get rid of them, and I'm actually thankful for them. So let's really try to be a good steward of our trees. I'm thankful for the shade they provide me when I go to park my car on a hot summer day. Not so much thankful for what the birds leave me there when I come back. But it's like they say, you know, you can't have your cake and eat it too. Well, you can't have your shade without the poo.
Thank you for that, Sister Bunny. We appreciate that. And now we have all three of our poem winners here with us today, and we will welcome them now to present their poems again for us this year, where we would elect the winners for this year in May. So, Elena Jenkins or Jenkins.
I'm Alana, and this is my poem, To Be a Tree. To be a tree, how would it be for me to be a tree? My wild roots dusting to the ground, and trunks stretching toward the sky. To sincerely climb level isn't seen under my shade. But alas, it's not reality for me to be a tree.
Thank you so much. Thank you. And also thank you to the parents that took out their day to bring the children here. And next we'll have Emma Kingsley Jones. Emma.
Maple tree. Maple tree, just a seed in the wind, spinning spirals, spinning down. Maple tree, just a seed in the earth, growing roots, stretching far in the ground. Maple tree, unfurling her green, opening up into the sun at so sheen. Maple tree now, as spring sprout, as the oaks grow new leaves and the pines swing about. Maple tree, faster, growing taller, stealing sun and sucking water. The bees buzz around her as they pollinate, and the birches and the beeches expand their escape. Maple tree, wood white and smooth, growing more rings, no longer a youth. Each autumn she drops her leaves like all the trees do, except for the evergreens, their color stays true. Maple tree goes dormant again as the sun warms the stems where their leaves should have been. Her shadow is outlined in the fading light. Maple tree, a boom of thunder off in the distance. The wind picks up with angry persistence. Dark ominous clouds fill up the skies. With a sickening crack of lightning, the maple tree dies. The clouds clear and the rain stops. The forest is covered in litter and wood, not even a shadow of where she once stood. Maple tree, something floats in the breeze, spinning spirals, spinning free.
Thank you so much. And now our next poem writer, Adon Orellana. Let's give him a hand clap as he comes, please.
On Arbor Day, we celebrate the beauty of trees is so great. Their branches stretch up to the sky as if reaching for the start of high. From tiny seeds, they grow so tall, from providing for shelter for one and all. Their leaves rustle in the gentle breeze, a symphony of nature's melodies. They give us shade on sunny days and shelter from the rain and haze. They clean the air that we breathe in. Their mighty presence is akin to kin. From every tree that we do plant, a new life sprouts to enchant the world with green and vibrant views, as nature sings its joyous news. On Arbor Day, we honor trees, their gifts of life we can't appease. We pledge to cherish and protect their beauty and wonder we'll never forget.
Thank you so much. Wonderful. Let's give them all a great big round of applause and let them know how much they really appreciate it. Again, thank you to the parents for taking out of your time to be with us here today. And now we will have the ceremony of the planting of the tree. The choir will get ready. We'll have you to sing first, and then after that, we're going to the ceremony. If the choir would position themselves, and the family member is here that wishes to speak, if you please come forward at this time. Just come forward to the podium.
Sorry.
Absolutely. Come
We want
on.
to make sure we were right timing.
That's right. Absolutely. And I can give you this. Okay.
you all for your kind words regarding my dad, Ray Fogleman. I'm Angie Hayes. I'm the youngest of two, my sister Kim and my mom Carol Fogleman. We just want to say thank you. Thank you to Chris and Andrea who donated this tree in honor of Dad. Thank you to all the fine people with the city of Graham for all of your hard work to honor Dad. I know he would be so proud and so grateful to every single one of you for all that you've done for him. It's no mistake that Dad always realized that it was never one person that did good for the city of Graham. It was a team of people that made it such a fine place to live. And Dad absolutely said it was the best place on earth. Vacation was not vacation to Dad. He was always ready to get back to the city of Graham. Also, many of you may not know, but his home for the last 50 years was, you could walk to it. His neighborhood's right there, Broad Acres. We come to this park very often, and Dad was super proud of this park and what it stood for. So I can't think of a more important place, a more valuable place to our family and to my dad than for this tree to be here. I walked this track, just walked it yesterday, saw the flag where this tree would stand. So it will stand as a reminder not only to his family, but hopefully for those who knew him well as well. And I think that it's a very fitting place too, because Dad, as you said, found a lot of unity with people, and I can't think of a better place that people would come together, families and friends and community, to enjoy life. So thank you all very much for this honor for my dad. It means so much to our family.
Any other member? Okay. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
God bless you. And now from the choir, selection from the choir.
Are you happy to be here? Yeah. Let me ask that one more time. Are you really happy to be here?
Yeah.
Well, we're going to sing a song by John Denver, and you're going to be a part of it. So just listen to the chorus right now. Plant a tree for your tomorrow. It's your tree that clears the air. Plant a tree for America. Plant a tree today for all the world to share. Sing that with me. Plant a tree for your tomorrow. It's your tree that clears the air. Plant a tree for America. Plant a tree today for all the world to share. Just listen. Taste the breeze, it's life inside you. Make a promise to the earth. Plant a tree, now it's the time to recognize a tree for all that it is worth. Sing it with me. Plant a tree for your tomorrow. It's your tree that clears the air. Plant a tree for America. Plant a tree today for all the world to share. Now one more time and everything. Plant a tree for your tomorrow. It's your tree that clears the air. Plant a tree, trees for America. Plant a tree today for all the world to share. Now make this mic work.
All right. Okay, very good. So thank you again to the choir. Let's give them another hand of applause for coming out today and helping us to celebrate this special day. And now we'll move right along with the return of the flag. And music, the national anthem played quietly in the background. The Forces of Celebration Choir.
Well, since the sound system will not work, you're going to be the quiet sound around playing. And if you would, we're going to sing the Star Spangled Banner right now. Do you mind? I have to take my hat off, so you'll see I have no hair. Okay. All together. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, oh, the rampage we watched was so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare from the bursting in air gave proof to the night that our flag was still there. Sing it out. Oh, say does that star-spangled